All right, so now we kind of get how to interact with the game and everything. We're going to start moving around and figuring out where to go and what's going on. So the easiest way to move around is to just right click and hold. If you are close to your character, you will walk. If you're far away from your character, you will run. You can also, in Razor, turn off automatically opening doors, or you can just walk up to the door and click on it. Double click on it, it'll open it. So I'll double click on it and close it behind me to show you how that works. So we're gonna go for a run. So these so everything around you, you can click on and see what it is. So right here we got a little signpost here. Click on that. It says Virtue's Path in that direction. I don't know what Virtue's Path is, but we're gonna run up here. But if you see on our mini map right over here on the side, there's a stable right there. You can see the double horseshoes. So running will get you places like okay, but I think we can do a little bit better than that. So we're gonna get a horse, and you can ride a horse in just about almost all places in Ultima Online. There are a few exceptions, but it is the faster mode of land travel. So we're just going to go up to this vendor here. So these are NPC vendors. They are stable masters. And so we're just going to click, and I'm going to click buy right here. Just click on just left click buy, and this gives you an inventory of what they have. So I can buy a cat, I can buy a dog. I'm going to buy a horse. So we're just going to double click on the horse. So this is what they have. This is now the bill of sale. So I'm buying one horse for 550 gold. And you just click accept. And then now I have a horse. Now look at that. Now I just double click on the horse and I'm on top. And now I can go at pretty much double the speed. And I get a different sound too. So that's kind of cool. So looking at the map, we can see that the bank is over here. This is the first bank of Britain. So we're clear over here on the north side of town. So we got to get on the south side of town to go to the bank. Now, if you're a young player, you can teleport to the bank by clicking on the wisp. Double click on the wisp and then clicking that option. I'm just going to run over here right now. We have stairs. So this is the front of the bank, the back of the bank, and there's stairs in the back of the bank so we can go up to the roof. Now, you can just type in bank and hit enter. While you're within close proximity to the bank, it's going to open up your bank box. My bank box is a little bit messy here, but so you can store 150 items regardless of weight in your bank box, and nobody else can mess with your bank box except the character that you're on. So that makes it a very secure place to hold things. It will never decay. Once you put it in your bank box, it's always there. You can click and drag it out, put it in your personal stash. So if I want this gold out, I'll just click and drag, put it on my person, click and drag, put it back. Another thing you can do is stacked items. So I have a bunch of arrows here that are stacked, and a bunch of gold here that's stacked. So this is just a pile of, I got almost 7,000 gold here. You can type in like how much you want of it, or if you want the whole pile, you just hold shift, click and drag, and then it won't even ask you for an exact amount. So that's how you interact with your bank account. So when you're in town here, there's all sorts of shops. Like for example, right here, this is a blacksmith shop. You can tell because it has the heavy metal armor. It has a shield and a sword, and so I can just go inside. Click on the NPC, click buy. This is the weaponsmith. She has a bunch of weapons here. You can get whatever weapon that you want. And then you can click on the armorer, Leo the armorer, and buy, and he has all the armor you want. And once you feel comfortable, if you're in young status, remember no player can attack you. Once you leave town, you can be attacked by other players, but not while you're in young status. So I'm just going to go out of town here. This is it's a bridge out of town here. And now it tells me, I get a little note down here at the bottom left. It says, you have left the protection of the town guards. This means that you can be thieved from or attack other players, and no guard is going to interfere. No NPC guard is going to interfere with you. So another thing that you might want to explore is the new player dungeon. It is right here in this building here. You just walk into the sparkly Sparkly Sparkles, and it'll take you right down to the new player dungeon. So if you want to do anything else, if you want to buy arrows because you want to be an archer, you just go to the archery shop or the Bowyer and get that. If you want to become a tinker and make various small mechanical objects, you can just go to the Tinker's Guild or the Tinker Shop and buy whatever you need there. So, that's kind of the start of things. So I'll go into resource gathering and kind of all that stuff here in a later video. In the next video, I got the basic movements down. We're going to go into a little bit more advanced movements and how to really get around. All right, well, thanks, and I'll see you back in a minute.